Good morning, everyone, from Baroque Island. Ozark Island.
So how you say it, and this is what I was taught from the locals, the vegetable okra, and then a can of Coke. Ocracoke.
Ocracoke.
Yes, it is pretty.
Good morning from Ocracoke.
Ocracoke, yes. We're going to explore the island today. We're going to get into a little bit of Blackbeard's history, a little pirate history. We're going to see some beautiful, beautiful lighthouses and some horses. Dawn, are you ready?
Ready.
Let's do this. Good morning, Ocracoke Island. This is our first time being able to see this place. So we had one heck of a thunderstorm. I mean, it was like boom, boom, boom all night long. And I notice everything is flooded. All the roads are flooded here. I think we were the only ones staying in this section last night. And the front of the hotel is over here. Yeah, so we're going to explore the island today. We're going to get a little bit into Blackbeard's history in the area. This was his stomping grounds. This is where he would bring his loot and share amongst the other pirates and yeah, he used to have big parties here, and he would repair a ship and everything else. But yeah, this could be a rainy day. I think I'll put rain jackets on. It's not too bad out cold wise. I guess if you're out here for a while. I was just out here for a few minutes, but yeah, wow. With it being the off season, it's super quiet. I was talking to some of the locals back there, and they were saying that during the summer months, this place is all nothing but golf carts roaming around, and all these little cottages got people staying in them. And that was a good stay, very cozy. Great for one night. Blackbeard's Lodge. Oh, I absolutely love the story of Blackbeard and Queen Anne's Revenge. That was the name of his ship. And that was the flag he sailed under. Pretty scary. Most historic hotel. The Ocracoke ponies. These horses date all the way back to the 1730s. They're Spanish horses called banker ponies. So these ponies used to run free all over the island. But back in 1959, when they ran the highway, they had to corral them to protect them from getting hit by the passing traffic. And as you can see, Highway 12 runs right over there. Got a nice little viewing platform. Dawn's already viewing them.
They don't look like ponies. They look like adult-sized horses.
They look like adult-sized horses?
I mean, that's not a pony. I don't know.
So they are descendants of the original horse who used to run wild, but they had to corral them all or they would get hit by the cars. But there they are over there. Descendants of those Spanish horses. And I guess they roam all over there. Yeah, you can only see a few of them. They roam all over.
It doesn't look like a big fencing yard though, but I guess it goes back. So
These horses are not like the Corolla horses that run the beaches and that, which we will be back one day. In fact, we're gonna plan a whole thing around that in the future. but we want to come out to see these horses this morning. It's about, what, about 5 miles out of town. We figure we start our day out here, take a look at some horses. I think we're going to walk over there and check out the ocean there. But what do you think so far?
So far, so good.
Yeah, yeah.
We're limited times. We only got 3 hours, so.
Yeah. We have 3 hours today before we have to catch another ferry that will be heading over to the mainland. So this will be our last few hours, I guess you'd say, in the Outer Banks. We'll eventually get into the Inner Banks, right? And we've got a lot more exploring to do in North Carolina. But the one thing I will say is that we will be back, because there's a lot of... If you love national parks, you love the outdoors, you love bird watching, you love hiking, this is a great area. There's a lot to do, and we'll be back for that. You know, we wanted to come here in the off season. We wanted to take it in, relax a little bit without the hustle and bustle. But when we come back, we'll hit it during the normal season and be able to see everything and spend a little more time, right?
Yeah.
This was just an us vacation, like, you know, clear our minds and just see horses. They're looking at... What do those horses do?
I can't do it.
We decided to walk over here and check out this little viewing platform. I can hear the waves hitting the banks out here.
What if dolphins go over here?
It could be dolphins out there. Oh, there's one right there. There's a dolphin way out there. There they are. I think I just got them. There they are. See them?
Oh, I see them. Yeah, now I see it. They're going that way to the
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, going to the right. Beautiful, beautiful beach. Looks like we're gonna get a little bit of sun today. This is a really unique beach. We're used to flat beaches, but this one here's got huge dunes. Huh.
I wonder if you can swim in this.
Yeah, during the summer months you can probably come out here and swim. All right, there's probably people who line up.
Nope, not right now. That might be nice.
There's something unique here on the island. They call it the Dal tree. Look at this. Yeah, she's been all chained up down there. Oh boy, Dawn, this one here is creepy. You know, we should have came out here last night. So I guess this is where you come to bring your old Barbie dolls to rest, I guess. There's a hand. I think he might be the most cheerful of the dolls. Just saying.
I think that might be Malibu Ken.
Might be Malibu Ken. I will say one thing. He's one of few that got close. Oh my goodness. Well, I didn't think, when I seen this on the map, I'm like, there's no way this thing exists. And it does. It does exist.
There's Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Oh, Velma's up there. You know, I expect something like this from an island that used to be home to a lot of pirates.
Yeah. So we heard stories about these trees, and I guess it does exist. There is dolls on them, and it is very creepy.
It is creepy. Especially how they place them in the trees. Yeah. You gotta have an attraction on it. When you're on a little island like this, you gotta have an attraction, right? And there's some creepy birds, just saying.
They're pigeons.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
I guess. Let's get into some pirate history, right? They do have a free parking lot here, and it's a 90-foot walk down a flooded road, Don. Hopefully no cars come. And this is the 4th lighthouse of our lighthouse adventure over here. So this lighthouse was constructed in 1823. It's over 200 years old. It's 75 foot tall, which would make it one of the shortest lighthouses on this particular tour. Also, we heard that this is the 2nd oldest lighthouse in America. They're currently going through a restoration as well. So I'm assuming that this is the lightkeeper's house, and it looks like they've jacked it up, putting a new foundation under it. That's where all the work is being done, but the lighthouse is obtainable. So this reminds me of some of the lighthouses in Michigan. You know what I'm saying? It's got that, a lot of the lighthouses that we grew up going to. It definitely reminds me of a Michigan one, right? Yeah. Wow, the 2nd oldest lighthouse in America. It was built in 1823. It cost of $11,359, which is roughly about $323,000. So there is a cemetery over here. Can't get to it. It's completely surrounded and fenced. I'm wondering if it has something to do with
The owners of the lighthouse over the years.
maybe some of the keepers, maybe folks that had lost their lives and they had rescued or something like that. You know what I mean? Or some, you know what I mean, during some wrecks. And there was a lot of shipwrecks in this area. And that's another reason why Blackbeard loved it so much, because the water is shallow in the area, and he can maneuver around in it, and he knew the spots where to take his ship and all that. Not as tall as some of the ones we've been seeing lately, but it is the 2nd oldest of the lighthouses out there. 200 years it's been standing. That's crazy. We build things today and they don't last 200 years. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we decided we're gonna walk to our next destination. Just taking in the town, and got some really nifty nautical homes. This one here was built in 1900. I would say the majority of the places in the area are rentals. So I suggest parking by the lighthouse and the free parking. It is a walk over here because there's absolutely no parking in this residential neighborhood. But we are here because this is where Blackbeard hanged out back in the day. This was his hangout. We'll tell a little bit about the story of Blackbeard. But that rain last night, that thunderstorm, really brought in.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Open from 8 a.m. to sunset. Springer's Point Preserve. So there's no motorized vehicles. Springer's Point became famous because it was the hangout of Edward Teach, or we all know him as Blackbeard the pirate. In September of 1718, he and such pirates as Charles Vane, Robert Deal, and Calico Jack Rackham met at Springer's Point for what he described as the largest pirate gathering ever held on the mainland of North America. Nearby was Blackbeard's favorite anchorage. It was also here that Lieutenant Maynard defeated Blackbeard in a fierce battle in 1718. This place is also supposed to be haunted by Blackbeard himself. He's been looking for his head. So if you see a headless pirate walking around here, run. So the story goes, there was a battle just out in the bay. It was Blackbeard against two British ships. Blackbeard, I believe, was in his ship, the Adventure. They had a fierce battle out there, and Blackbeard was overwhelmed. Finally, they boarded the ship. When they found Blackbeard, he had a bunch of bullet wounds, a bunch of piercings through swords. He took a lot on. He was kind of like it was kind of like Al Pacino in the ending scene. You know, he kept taking the rounds and kept fighting, but they found him dead. So they put his head on a ship's mast or something, paraded around with it. But anyways, they put his head out on a spigot or something. They cut his head. You know, that's what they did. They removed his head and they put it like on a pole or something like that. Yeah. So that's the reason why Blackbeard is looking for his head. Now, I don't know what happened to his body. They could have buried it anywhere. Also, another legend is there's a lot of pirate treasure buried on this island somewhere. And there's folks that continuously search this whole island for that treasure. So if you're a treasure hunter, it's a great place for you.
Where's your treasure at, Edward Teach?
So why was Blackbeard the most feared pirate of them all? I think he might have been a little crazy, to be honest with you. He would put cannon fuses in his beard and light them. So he always had this, like smoky appearance, almost like he was a ghost or something to be feared. And everybody feared him, but there's been no account anywhere in history that he actually killed anybody. Very interesting character. Even his flag he flew under, his ship, the Queen Anne's Revenge, just strikes fear. All the names, all the folklore. There was 4 pirates that were captured. They were taken to Williamsburg, Virginia, where they found their demise as well. So there's a little hill here, Dawn, with all these creepy trees like growing out of it.
They kind of grow up in the ground, stay in the ground.
Could there be pirate treasure?
It could be the headless Edward Teach, its body coming out of the ground on Halloween.
Halloween?
Like the headless horseman.
But, so keep your eye open for treasure. Maybe something will reveal itself. Most of your pirate stories you hear, a lot of your TV shows, like even Pirates of the Caribbean have taken something from Blackbeard, right? Even Captain Jack Sparrow kind of has a little bit of that craziness, that you know what I mean, like the way Blackbeard was, right? You know, and in fact, actually, if you watch Pirates of the Caribbean, there's a scene in there where Captain Jack Sparrow said, you know, he had referred to Blackbeard throwing some of the biggest pirate parties around. So I can see pirates all hanging around, drinking their rum, trading off their gold coins or their whatever they had taken from different ships and things like that. And Yeah, so I can just imagine the adventure sitting out there and the guys rowing their boats ashore here, taking off all their rum and everything they needed to have a great big party.
This is really neat. See the fog rolling off the water. Can you imagine him coming in the water into the fog and getting on the land?
Can you imagine standing here and seeing the crew paddling towards the shoreline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fog is just rolling in off out there.
Yo ho, it's a pirate's life for me. That's what I keep thinking.
The tree is like little clams stuck to it, see it?
Yeah.
This is really neat to see this. And then him coming up on shore. Man, Cove.
Yep. This little cove here.
I can see its boat out there now. Just, you know. Gosh, can you see him coming to shore? I make a run for it. Here comes Blackbeard, Edward Teach.
But yeah, a little pirate history. He liked this area because the only way to get here was by ship, and you had to know the water is pretty good around it because it's real shallow. And this cove here was a perfect place for him to maneuver in, and he could see, and you know what I mean, and he can, you know, all the pirating he had done, and being one of the most famous pirates out there. He only lasted about 2 years doing it. It wasn't a very long time. He had pirated up and down the Carolinas, all through the Bahamas, and he was one of the most feared. Very interesting. We've been to Bahamas, we've been to a lot of pirate museums, but this here, for a pirate fan, is like a crown jewel of it, right? Because you can actually get the feel of what was going on, you know? Yeah, so we're here at the British Cemetery, and there's an interesting story here. So there's some British soldiers buried here, and yeah, in the memory of the HMT Bedfordshire and its crew. They were destroyed by a torpedo from a German submarine U-558 in 1942. So what was happening back in World War II was German U-boats were coming up the coast of North America here, South Carolina, North Carolina, all the way up, and they were patrolling. They were doing a blockade. The British were in pursuit of them U-boats to destroy as many as they can. Unfortunately, a German U-boat 558 had sunk the HMT Bradfordshire and its crew. So, and I believe they buried them over here. Very nice area here. It's kept up from the locals that live here. But these grave sites contain the bodies of 4 British seamen. And there they are there. So one of them was an unknown sailor. Body found on May the 14th, 1942. Then you have a Lieutenant Thomas Cunningham of the Royal Navy. Then you got another unknown soldier in the back. That was found in May the 14th of 1942 as well. Then you have Stanley R. Craig. Yep, he was 24 years old. 27. And Dawn was saying, are those blueberries?
But the one over there ain't.
Well, the only blueberries I'm going to be eating is the ones from the supermarket.
Yep.
And Cogshell's got a pirate. Near this spot is the final resting place of Augustus Abner McGuire, the Old Diver. He was born in April 24th, 1856. Old diver, what did you say? And he says nothing.
So he's painted cogshell with the pirates on it?
Yeah. At first when I seen it, I go, okay, well, maybe we got ourselves a pirate here, right? I'm not sure if there's any pirates buried in this cemetery. I don't know. I didn't find any information on but some of these 1802, 1843. Wow, some of these are really old. I really like the memorial. Looks like a great little bar and grill. We got to go to a gift shop called the Pirate's Chest. Got a picture of, well, what we think Blackbeard looked like. Yeah, I'm wondering if they have a pin for the map. This was closed earlier. It just opened. This might even be the best gift shop I've seen yet. Yeah, right here, this is how you say the name. Okra and Coke. What an interesting name. Oh my goodness. They got a lot of t-shirts. Yeah. They do. Ocracoke Island. Yeah, that'd be him. Not too far from here, Lieutenant Robert Maynard of the Royal Navy, sent by Governor Spotswood of Virginia in the sloop Ranger, killed the pirate Blackbeard offshore in 1718. And just over there is the ferry ramp. That's where we'll be loading here in about an hour's time. And the sun was out for a little bit this morning, but it's all foggy now. You can barely make out the water tower. Now, there is a museum, a maritime museum over there, but it is Sunday, so it's closed. A northern right whale skull. Oh, wow. A skull to a whale. It was a lot of fun going around town, checking out all the different historical spots. You know, a lot of pirate history. Very laid back. Well, at least this time of year it is. I hear it gets a little bit more crazier during tourist season. But this was the route that we had taken in the last couple days. Just going down the Outer Banks, Hatteras Island. We took a ferry over to here, and now we're going to be heading out of Blackbeard. What'd you think of all this?
I really enjoyed the Blackbeard story and the trail he took. We walked that.
Last night, I wanted to go out and kind of like walk around and see if we could see like a, Blackbeard searching for his head, but it rained. It was storming. This is a 2-hour and 15-minute ferry ride, and the one over here was an hour. That one was free. This one we had to pay $15. You have to book this particular one online before you. So keep that in mind. You do have to book this online. There's a small fee. I mean, $15 is nothing. Here comes the first of the cars off the ferry. And here we go. Onto the ferry. And we are on our way. Well, Dawn, you're kind of like on a cruise.
Yeah.
No buffet, though, right? No. Well, Ocracoke, it was nice getting to know you. And here we go. Well, we get to sit in our car, right?
Yep.
It's windy out there. There we go. We're on our way. We visited the lighthouse earlier. You could bring your side-by-side. Whoa, it's windy.
Yeah, it's cold.
It is windy. We're on our way. And it's cold. Definitely a lot colder. What's the name? This one's called the Cedar Island Ferry. It's got a pirate. Arr. Oh! Oh my goodness! This is. Look at this! Look at that! All right. like rattles and makes a lot of noise, and the cars kind of rock back and forth. The weather is kind of windy, but bye Ocracoke Island. Dolphins. I can feel the car just sliding back and forth, like, you know, between the gears. And I'm watching the car in front of me do this. Cars are just rocking back and forth. There's Dawn. Oh my goodness. I'm kind of like nauseous.
Yeah, I seen that one truck sitting next to us moving and rocking. It's like, oh boy.
I'm wondering if these cars can actually slide and like kind of I don't know, it's different. So the cars in the front row are chalked, but all the other cars are just sitting there in park.
This has been a rocky, really very, very loud ride. Wherever we're sitting, I don't know what the loudness is. Probably just the boat motor. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, the engines are back here. Well, the guys there were super nice. I had a little bit of drama at the end. The car wouldn't start because we had electricity going. We were charging our phones and stuff, and so they had a charge box, and we got to going. So here we are, Cedar Island. A little bit of drama. The Crystal Coast, they call it. And nothing like a 20-foot tall pirate. Arr. And so we're staying here at Palm Suites, Atlantic Beach, North Carolina. The weather's gotten pretty nasty, but yeah, that's where we're staying tonight.
Atlantic Beach Hotel, and this is really cute. You got a nice full-length mirror.
Yeah.
And
then
Beagle Bath Company sign.
so there's a lot of personal touches, right? Oh, wow. Yeah.
Towels. And we come in here.
Oh, wow. Look at this.
Nice walk-in shower.
Yeah.
I don't understand the double shower rods, but...
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the...
Is it for handicap?
I don't think it's a handicap room. Anyways, looks like it's got some handicap railings and stuff like that. But anyways, 2 towels. Got some toiletries. A half of a roll of toilet paper. They got us a new one down there. We're doing good. Plunger, some light bulbs, a little bit of everything. A very, very nice bathroom. I think these are condos. They're owned by individual people, because I noticed that it looks like there's some personal things here. Like over here, this cabinet is locked, and then there's like a walker, which would explain the walk-in shower. Maybe the person who owns it has limited ability, or you know what I mean? Maybe they're older or something. But yeah, nice little table here. And yeah, don't be a beach. Go to one. Why not? Yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and see. Oh, just one there didn't open. Okay, so we found a bunch of odds and ends. I guess pillows, decorative pillows. So we got a little kitchen here, a little kitchenette, microwave, and a refrigerator. All right. It's not real cold. Yeah, some cleaning supplies. Yeah, I like the little touches and stuff like that.
Oh, I know what that's for.
Yeah, a coffee maker. Looks like that might be a toaster there.
So the couch looks really interesting. You know what this looks like? Blue jeans.
I think they are blue jeans, Dawn.
Blue jean, Betty Queen.
I think they are blue jeans. And of course, there's a really nice painting. Little ottoman here, made out of blue jeans as well. Very, very nice. A little desk here. There's the king size bed. What do you think?
Yeah, I like this little card. It's like a nice little touch. Put some ice on it, some trays. Yeah.
And I got a little desk here, which I'll be using that. Then you have to step down. And this is the king size bed. Boy, they got one heck of a outlets, an outlet.
You know
stripped.
what? And this room is kind of unique because it's got a balcony.
Oh.
Whoops. You got ABC Warehouse.
ABC where?
I don't
know. That's the liquor store, Dawn.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're stuck.
Yeah, a little chair out here, 2 little chairs. Enough just to stand out here, get some fresh air.
Yeah.
Palm Suites. Of course, we are still in North Carolina. We're near Moorhead, North Carolina, and this is where we're staying tonight.
Yep.
We picked it up on Travelocity. It was last minute. We didn't really have a place to stay, but we knew we'd find something. And I believe the ocean's just over that way. Well, this is an interesting stay. I didn't expect to be in a condo. Very, very cool. A lot of personal touches. Yeah. All right, well, let's go. We're going to unpack and get settled in. It was a long day, wasn't it? Yeah. It was a long day. Let's get... They have a really nice lobby here. All right. Very, very nice place. Looks like they got multiple floors. I think 3 floors or 2 floors. This is definitely a fun place. Hey, he was doing a little Mardi Gras. I guess we can check this out.
What if we can't get back in?
Oh, yeah, it should open. Yeah, it should be fine. Oh, wow. So we're right here in the marsh. So they do have rooms that face this. And they do have a swimming pool.
Yeah, but I don't use it right now. It's too cold.
Yeah, unfortunately, the weather is It's like 42 degrees right now. It's yeah, it's not the best weather. Yeah, there's 2 floors. This is like the best smelling hotel ever. I don't know what it is, but it's just got a, and very, very unique. Very unique. Sometimes you get a good one when you roll the dice, I guess. Actually, that's when I get majority of the good ones. It's the next morning. We forgot to do a closing. What did you think about the ferries? What did you think about Ocracoke Island?
It was nice to stay on Ocracoke Island. I can't see.
Okra.
Orca.
I don't know. It is a twister, though, right?
Orca.
Where did they get the name from? Where did a pirate come up? It sounds like a pirate came up with that name.
It was a neat little island. I really enjoyed the Blackbeard's where he docked his ship at and did his walkthrough. Yeah,
you kind of, when you walk through the stomping grounds, you get that sense of like you're in a pirate movie. You know what I mean?
We made it out to the beach and it was all like the mist was coming off the water. I could see this black pearl out there. Yeah.
So
black pearl or not,
we also learned that we were the last ferry off the island. They suspended service going back to Cape Hatteras, and we were like, I think they were kind of debating to suspend service for us, which means we would have to stay. We'd have to go recheck back in, or you know what I'm saying? But we did went, and oh my goodness, it was a. But we are under a gale warning, or we still are under a gale warning, I guess.
I asked why Edward Teach had a peg leg. He did not. We looked it up. Yeah. I don't know why they put the pirates with the peg legs.
I think it's just a general stereotyping. You know, it was great. I'd like to stay on Ocracoke Island for a couple days because it seems like it's a golf cart paradise, and you can rent golf carts there. There's like hundreds and hundreds of them. I think there's also some really good camping. It just seems like a great island where you can relax and have a good time. And there is a lot of eateries. There's a lot of things to do in the main season because I've seen all the closed like eateries and stuff. But folks, that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you so much for following us on these little adventures. We love you, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.
Lord willing and the creek don't rise, they'll take you to see the countryside, driving all over Tennessee in their little yellow Jeep. You can come along wherever they go. All you gotta do is watch the show. So be sure you tune in. Don, would you do this again?